Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of All the Mods 3. So I've been looking at the recipe for the tiara from Botania, which gives us creative flight for a few seconds at the cost of mana, and it seems that we are going to need an attuned rock crystal from Astral Sorcery. So I'm guessing it's time to get into Astral Sorcery. I haven't done this in a while, and the issue is that I want to get into attunement this episode, so I have to find a way to fast forward through the mod. Basically I know that you will unlock a new chapter when you upgrade your crafting table in Astral Sorcery, but I have to figure out the way. Anyway, now I just want to sort out our ore issue. I get a lot of ores and I want to set up a system that automatically processes everything for me, and I just get the final product in the ME system. For now I'll be using the ore tripling from Mechanism and also the thermal expansion. I'll actually never remember the devices needed to triple ores with Mechanism, so I'll just have to reverse engineer it from the JEI and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I crafted everything we need and made a small project box. I personally think ore tripling with Mechanism is enough for us, and I have the resources to get into ore quintupling with Mechanism, but it's not worth the effort because it's very slow. You should know that your income from ores depends on two things: the number of ores that you're getting from your ore miners, and secondly, how fast you can process them. So, for instance, if you're getting 10 iron ore from your ore miners and you can only process 5 of them per minute, then you're actually wasting time and energy and resources. So, that's the problem with ore quintupling with Mechanism, because the slurry, the sulfuric acid, and the entire setup is so much time consuming that it slows down the ore processing process. I think we're just going to stick with ore tripling. Okay, as always, first things first, we need power and a quantum entangler porter, and I just have to set it up and auto eject. This is so frustrating, and it's like, okay, you're going to output power, of course you need to auto eject it. For now I'm going to put the crystals here because I did not make a structure around the ore processing plant. I wanted to finish up the devices first and see how big it's going to be. Once I sort that out, we'll do that. The first thing you're going to need is a pump, because we need water for ore tripling in Mechanism. Then we need an electrolytic separator because we need to convert that water into hydrogen and oxygen. We're going to need the oxygen only, so I'll be dumping the maybe I should move this. I'll be dumping the hydrogen because I'm imagining the structure around it, and I think if I put it here I will have enough space to make a wall. I'm not sure. So we put mechanical pipes, and the pump should now provide the electrolytic separator with some water. And yes, it's getting water. I go get upgrades and I'll be right back. So instead of doing them one by one, I thought we just put the entire thing here. So you need an electrolytic separator, a purification chamber, a crusher, an enrichment chamber, and a smelter. The purification chamber is where you input the ores, and the ores will be outputted through the smelter. And I just have to set these things up. Okay, they are fully configured and fully upgraded. I just wanted to tell you that the purification chamber is the only device which accepts the gas upgrade, and with it, it will use less oxygen per process. The blue ender chest is the channel for ores, and I use them on top of the ore miners, so all the ores come through that channel. We need to extract the ores from here, and I need to specify which ores go into the system, because the smelter does not accept every single ore. It only accepts the Mechanism versions, and I think they are, yes, lead, silver, tin, copper, osmium, gold, and iron. Okay, I'll set up the filter and I'll be right back. So the filter is set, and now let's give it a test run, and we just give it power. Okay, everything seems to be working. You have to dump the hydrogen because otherwise it will clog up and you will not have any oxygen left. And you are working, you're working, you are also working. Cool. You're not extracting though because I made a mistake. So now everything goes into our ME system. Some items like the crystals from the environmental tech, we don't need to process them, so I just set up a filter here so that they just get extracted from the ore ender chest into our ME ender chest. I also installed 2 enrichment chambers for some ores that need to be crushed, like coal, lapis, diamond, and etc. For some ores, it's better to use an enrichment chamber, like lapis, because you get 12 per ore. For some other ores, like apatite, it's better to use a pulverizer, because you get much more. And this section is for processing charged and normal Certus quartz. I'm using 2 sets of pulverizers so that I directly convert the ore into quartz dust, because that's the ingredient we need in applied energistics to make the pure crystals. It's faster to process them here rather than later in our ME system, because you would need thousands of them and it would take a lot of time. For Fluix crystals, I'll just use the mystical agriculture and a garden cloche. I added 2 more pulverizers for processing thermal expansion ores like destabilized redstone, energized glowstone, the oil, as well as the apatite. And the final section is the induction smelters to process the remaining ores like uranium, draconium, cobalt, ardite, and so on. I also added 2 stoneworks to produce the sand required for the induction smelters. This way we will also get a lot of rich slag as a byproduct. And of course the last thing to do is to install the tier upgrades on our mechanism machine so that they will be able to, work. Okay, wrong one. So I made until the elite tier, they will be able to process until 7 ores at the same time, which is amazing. Why is there gold on the ground? Oh, is this ender chest full? Oh my god. Yeah, because the ender chest at our ME system is only hooked up to 1 servo, and apparently that's not enough. I have to fix it. And it's nice that I made the tunnel underneath and I never go through there, I just ender pearl on top. Servos are never a good idea because they only extract 1 stack of item per time, and when you have different items in a chest, that happens. So if I install the acceleration cards, this should be fine, right? Yeah, perfect. So I just cleaned up the mess, and apart from that small hiccup, the system works perfectly. We are processing every single ore that we are getting from the ore miners, and that's good. The only problem with this system is that it looks so ugly. I'll probably make a structure around it sometimes in the future. For now, I want to get into Astral Sorcery. Astral Sorcery is a very cool mod because it literally begins with destruction. Well, maybe not, but the mod requires a lot of marble, and these small ruins that you find in the world are the best source of marble. Technically, you're supposed to explore these and find constellation papers. I'm looking for a specific constellation paper, which is Evorsio, which gives you a lot of buffs in mining and in combat. Each ruin has a chest, and in these chests you are able to find constellation paper, and okay, this one's empty. I'll look for another one. And in chest number 2 we have a constellation paper, which is Armara. Well, Armara is also cool. It's a very defensive constellation. It gives you protection, regen, and other cool stuff. But I really want Evorsio, and I'm thinking this could take a while. And I found a big one. These are the best because you find them in mountainous areas, hills, or basically any place which has a high altitude. It's also advisable to carry a crafting table because here is where it begins. Where's my crafting table? Okay. Let me find a way in and I'll show you. Maybe here is okay. Yeah, okay. There are some chests behind the columns, and I'll just check them and I'll be right back. So there was nothing interesting in the chest. Anyway, you put your crafting table just under the crystal and you can see the ray of light going into the crafting table. Let's begin. The first thing you want to make is a resonating wand, and I just forgot the recipe. I think it's like this. Yeah. You can only craft it in these ruins with the crystal on top. I forgot to bring every material that I need from the base, so I just made a trip back home. Hi. Anyway, the second item that you have to craft here is the luminous crafting table, and as I have said earlier in the episode, each tier of the crafting table unlocks the new chapter in the book. Now we also have exploration. Our job here is done for now, and we only have one more crafting to do at this ruin, but that's for later on. For now we can go back to the base. In this mod, everything happens at night time, so you have to wait for the night, and then you hold the resonating wand and you see the white particles. That means that there are rock crystals at bedrock level at that location. Since I don't want to make a hole next to my own base, which goes down to bedrock, and I might fall in it, I think I'll dig here. I'll dig to the bedrock and I'll be right back. When you reach bedrock, you have to look around and find the rock crystal. Oh, redstone. I don't know why I'm carrying them. I have a lot. Where is the thing? Oh, here. Okay. Then you break it and get a bunch of rock crystals. My inventory is full. Okay, I'll send some back and I'll go look for another one. I found another one. I think the person who made this mod is either not familiar with Minecraft mechanics to understand that there is lava at bedrock and it's not a good place to search for stuff, or he just wants to inflict pain on other people. Nice, there's no place to stand. Luckily I have the Botania charm, so lava is not a problem. I mean, it doesn't kill me, but still it's difficult to find the thing. Where is it? I swear that it was here. I saw the particles. Down here? Oh, here. Okay, yeah. There you go. Another one. Okay, maybe digging straight down was my fault, but I still stand with my original statement that the author doesn't have any clue about the Minecraft mechanics. Why would you even make a mod that only works at nights? There are only mobs at nights. I only skip the nights. I hate the nights. This is going to be my last one, and next time if we want more rock crystals we're going to use mystical agriculture. I'm going back up. The problem with having a mod that only works at night is mobs. For example, in this mod pack zombies drop 3 different kinds of shoes and 2 different kinds of belts. They clog your inventory in like 5 seconds. Anyway, to progress further in the mod pack we are going to need starlight. And to get starlight we're going to need light wells. I'm going to craft 2 of them, and it seems that we have enough starlight to do the crafting, because if you don't have enough starlight for the crafting table, the crafting will not be complete. Then you right click with your illuminating wand and there are no mobs near me. Anyway, after the cool animation you get your result, which in this case is a light well. I'll craft another one and I'll be right back. So you put the light wells down and you put an aquamarine on top, and during the night it will collect small amounts of starlight. This is why I told you it's going to take a long time. We need a bucket of starlight to make the phosic resonator, and I'm going to show you why we're going to need this device. I have to automate this somehow. I have an idea. It's not the most artistic idea, but it works. We extract the starlight from the bottom of the wells to a drum, and there are 2 mechanical users which provide the wells with aquamarine. So as long as we have aquamarine, this should work. Finally, we have 1 bucket and we can now craft the phosic resonator. If you pay attention to the crafting grid, you can see a bar which is almost half full. That's the amount of starlight that your crafting table is getting. Different recipes require different levels of starlight, and if your starlight level is not enough, you cannot do the crafting. Some places in the world by default have higher levels of starlight, and also the higher the elevation, the more starlight you will get. With phosic resonator you can find these spots in the world. I'll go try to find one and I'll bring you back. If this adorable, beautiful zombie allows me, here is one. It's very faint. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are blue particles on the ground. Please die. Yeah, it's not the best. I have to look for another one. This is a perfect one because, well, it's not the perfect one because the perfect one has sparks in the middle and awesome mobs. Okay, this is a good one and it's not very far from our base, so I just have to mark this place. For me the journey map doesn't work, so I have to find everything based on signs that I put, and for now we just put cobweb. Come on. And he dropped the shoe. Well, I think we have enough material to make our next crafting table from Astral Sorcery, so I get another bucket of starlight and we try to craft the next tier of crafting table. For this one you don't need a structure or anything, you just upgrade this crafting table to the new one. It will not work after this because then it needs a structure and you have to make... Oh, we don't have enough starlight. Very nice. we have to go to that spot that I already found. And cobweb marks the spot. Does it? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. As you can see, the amount of starlight is full, so we can craft whatever we want. And this was the recipe, I hope. Right click with our wand. Hello, Mr. Zombie. I killed more zombies tonight than all the other nights combined. Anyway, we have to wait for this to finish and I'll bring you back. It's done. It also unlocked the attunement chapter, which is the chapter that I wanted for today. Anyway, if we see the crafting table, you will notice that the bar is now red. This means that this crafting station requires a multi-block structure, and for that we need to refer to the book. If we go to the next page, the book has a very good visual guide on how to make the structure, as well as all the different types of marble that you will need. The two main materials that we're going to use a lot in Astral Sorcery have recipes in mystical agriculture, the aquamarine and the star metal ingot. I'm very happy. We don't have the star metal ingot yet, but that's something we can do. Anyway, it's better than going to the ruins, making the star metal and going to rivers and mining for aquamarine, because the digital miner does not pick them up. So, do you remember when I told you that elevation also matters in the amount of starlight that you get? I just remembered that we can make a shard of the Laputa. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, I have tons of Gaia shards, and we can make a maybe mid-tier shard of the Laputa, and what it does is that it takes a section of the ground and turns it into an island in the skies. Maybe at Y level 100, 120. I don't remember exactly, but whatever it does, it should be fine. It would be nice to have an island for Astral Sorcery, and I can light that place up and there will be no mobs, and it would look beautiful. And our shard of the Laputa, tier 1. I think the radius for this was 28 blocks or something. Let's check it again. So the radius is 28 blocks, and if we add Gaia shards, the radius will increase 2 per Gaia shard. I don't know. Let's add a few. Because I don't want the island to be small. The structures from Astral Sorcery are quite big, and I want them to fit. Maybe this is enough. Let's go and make our island. I think this should be a good spot. Well, I hope so at least. The concentrated starlight is in this section, so I should get at least some of it on the island. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure if it works. I've never done this. It would be funny if we make the island on top and we have to put the crafting table on the ground. Anyway, this will take around 20 minutes, and I'll have to AFK and bring you back when it's done. Well, that took 20 minutes and our island is done. And apparently we will have a new mob farm down here. I have to light this place up. To be honest with you, I just realized something. How are we going to get up there? Can I use this rod? Where is it? Where is it? This one. The rod of the skies. Nope. Well, in hindsight, I should have first thought how we should get up there. And then made the island. But we have the island, and now all options are open. Will you blow up? Thank you. I'll think of something and I'll bring you back. So my best idea of getting up there is to pillar up, because I had no other idea how to get up there. Well, this is a temporary solution because I brought a waystone and we can put it here and we can just travel back and forth whenever we want. Then we can use maybe viaducts from thermal expansion, luminizers from Botania, or even an elevator from RF2s. I'll have to clean this place up and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, I torched up the place, I cleaned it up, I made the multi-block structure, and luckily I did not miss the concentration of starlight, because that would have been very awkward. So we're fine and we can get on with our next business. And our next order of business is to get star metal. It's fairly easy. You just need a block of iron ore and a linking tool to link the crystal to the ore. After some visual effects, you will have your star metal. Also make sure that the crystal has access to the sky. Since moving between different locations causes a lot of lag, I decided to make a seed for the star metal. And I'm going to put it in this garden cloche, which I already used to make aquamarine. We don't have to explore for these ores anymore, and this way is much easier. Now that we have everything that we need, I'm going to get into attunement, and for that we are going to need where is it? Spectre relay. And for that we're going to need lenses. We're going to need more lenses in the future, so I'm crafting a stack, and lenses do not require that much starlight, so you can actually craft them during the day. I don't know if it does, yeah, it does not do one stack. I have to do that several times. I'll do that and I'll bring you back. And apparently for the relays you also don't need that much starlight, so I can also craft them during the day. I think half a stack should be more than enough. We don't need that much. The attunement altar itself required a lot of starlight, so I had to wait until night, and I think now we can craft this. Oh wow, nice particle effects. It looks nice. So the altar itself also requires a multi-block structure, and I have to make that. I also don't have the constellation that I want, so I have to go search for that as well. I'll do all of that and I'll bring you back. I finally found a Vorcio. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm not looking for any further constellations because this is the one I need. Alright guys, I made the multi-block structure for the altar, but there is still one more step that we should do. We have to find the constellation in the night sky, and for that we are going to need this telescope thingy. I'll craft that and I'll be right back. So in the book there is a tab called Constellations, and the constellations that you have discovered will be in that page. You have to use the telescope and look in the night sky and try to find the bright stars and try to connect the dots. I'll find the constellation and I'll bring you back. So I found a shape which looks like a Vorcio, and you have to just connect the dots, the bright stars, with a line. Unfortunately my cursor is not visible for some reason, and this is very difficult for me. I'm literally guessing. Where did it go? Okay, perfect, we have found a Vorcio. Yes. You should be also able to find it in the night sky. Is it down there? Oh, it's up there. Perfect. Now we can also do the attunement. For that we need to, was it the resonating wand? No. Oh, no. I need the constellation paper. So if you put the constellation paper in your hand, it will tell you where to put the relays on the attunement altar. So one goes here, one goes here, the other one goes, everything is black, so it's very difficult to distinguish between the blocks. And the other one here, the other one here, and here. Go. Okay. Where's the last one? There should be another one. Oh, here. I forgot that one. So now our altar is attuned to a Vorcio, and if we stand in the middle, we will be also attuned to a Vorcio, which is perfect. Vorcio gives you a lot of perks which you can read in the constellation and the ritual effects. We'll get into that in the next episodes, but for now I just want the perks. So we stand in the middle and we will be attuned to Vorcio. This could take some time. And of course we are now attuned to Vorcio, which is great. Now that we are attuned to a constellation, there is a new tab in the book called Perks. It explains the different buffs the constellation gives you. For Vorcio there are some neat perks, like higher attack and mining speed, higher attack damage, and etc. To gather points to unlock a perk in Vorcio, you have to mine a lot of blocks. Each constellation has a different method for points. I know, for instance, in Armara you need to take a lot of damage. Luckily we just have to mine blocks, so we're good. Since Evorsio is still in the night sky, I thought we also attune some crystals. It's the same way as you attune yourself, but you just drop a crystal on the altar. We need the attuned crystals to make the tiara from Botania in order to have a little bit of light. But we also need a bottle of Ender Air, so that's not going to happen very soon, but at least we have the crystals. And I'm down at Bedrock, trying to collect some points. This is taking much longer than I hoped, and I've been mining so much. Alright guys, I am back and I have managed to gather enough points. It took me a very long time, it took me around 45 minutes, but it's cool. I unlocked this one because it will allow me to inflict more damage in combat, and I really want to try this on a Wither, and I think in order to wrap up the episode we should do that. So here we go again. I'm not using any potions of strength or anything, I just want to see how much damage I will do on my own with the perks. So let's see. Hello. Will you take damage? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. So apparently we can kill a Wither with only 4 hits. I'm not sad at all. I'm actually very happy. This is a cool mod. I'm very happy. So guys, I think it's time to wrap up the episode before it gets too long. I'm personally happy with the progress we made in this episode, and I also hope that you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.